Hey traders and investors, it's Serge Berger here. What I want to look at today is how healthcare stocks may be an interesting area to look at this week when the U.S. market opens back up on Tuesday, February 18th. So first of all, let's keep in mind that the healthcare stocks, like most other things, have been very closely correlated with the S&P 500, i.e., with the broader U.S. stock market than itself. So if we look at this XLV, this is an ETF that sort of encompasses the U.S. healthcare sector very to extremely well. And you can see just from a technical point of view, very simply, we do have a chart that is just basically continues to increase in terms of its steepness. So that is one thing of concern through sort of the medium-term lens. However, if we look at some of the holdings of the ETF, then you'll see that a lot of the stocks within there actually look a lot better than the index itself through this longer term lens. So first of all, let's look at Humana, for example. Okay. And actually, I'm not even 100% sure if Humana is a big holding of this ETF. I think it has less than a 1% holding in the stock, this ETF. But we'll go through the bigger ones in 1 second. First of all, let's look at Humana, and you can see the stock reported earnings in February 5th, and then bounced into this 200-day moving average. And last Friday, actually, again, overcame an immediate term resistance area and is now back above its 50-day moving average, and is now sort of in this resistance diagonal line, which I do think should be able to be overcome with this 1-2 punch rally. Then let's look at J&J, Johnson & Johnson, which has had quite a strong rally over the past few days, but it's now looks to be sort of consolidating here, so look for a push above 93 to be quite interesting on a long side. Moving on to more of a biotech stock, but also within this ETF and within the healthcare spectrum, is Gilead Sciences, which is basically just basing here near its highs after showing strong support at the 50-day moving average, a yellow line that you can see here. So this stock too looks like it could move higher, and especially if it gets above $83, could be an interesting stock to look at. Then look at United Health, UNH. Last Friday actually gave us a very nice rally out of a tightening base, holding its 200-day moving average. Like the others we've seen, if you look at this sort of tight trading range here, right? That's what I'm talking about. And again, last Friday, the rally that we see here basically took the stock past its 150-day moving averages. That is constructive until it isn't anymore. So you can see a whole bunch of stocks here within the biotech sector, with the healthcare sector, are looking very good to move higher. We do need to see confirmation above some immediate term resistance levels on some of the stocks I mentioned. Something like UNH here looks like it's ready to go. Maybe it needs a little consolidation phase as well after that 1-2 day rally, but all in all, you can see this is some potential where we could potentially see some interesting trading action to the long side over the coming weeks. Hope this makes sense. Any questions, please tweet me at Twitter handle is SteadyTrader. Take care.